Hello everybody, thank you for watching this latest episode of Cooking with Chris. I do apologize about the lateness of this video. Well, today's recipe is a good side dish, or even a main dish if you are a vegetarian. It is a combination of brown sugar, sweet potatoes, apples, cinnamon, and nutmeg. From what I did, this recipe looks very good. Hope you enjoy it, and let's get cooking. Okay, first step in this recipe is going to be to peel and quarter the 3 sweet potatoes. What we'll do next is we will start cooking them. Okay, so this part is what we're going to do is we're going to put the quartered pieces of the potato into a pot. Originally I thought the pan would work, but no, a pot has to be used. And what you're going to do is you're going to fill it with water so the potato pieces are covered. And then what we're going to do is we're going to cook it for about 25 minutes until they are cooked but still firm. Okay, so here's what the apples, if you can do them like this, should look like. What you want is 2 large cooking apples, peeled, cored, and cut into 1/4 inch rings. If you can't do it this way, if you don't have a mandolin slicer, do it however you would like to cut them. Pieces, chunks, whatever. And then what we want to do is put these aside and move on to making the sugar and brown sugar and nutmeg mix that will go in between the layers. Okay, next step what we're going to do is we're going to mix our 1/2 cup of brown sugar and our 1 teaspoon of nutmeg and our 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And what this will be is it will be our mix in between the layers. So what you want to do is just mix it up. It doesn't have to be really neat. Okay, for this step what we're going to do is we're going to take our 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, our 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and our 4 tablespoons of butter. And what we're going to do is we're going to dump all these together, and what we're going to do is mix them together to make a crumbly kind of topping for the casserole. Okay, once we've got the sweet potatoes all cooled and sliced, this is about what they'll look like. What we'll do next is we'll start putting this all together, and we'll go from there. Okay, in the baking dish, which is you want to lightly grease, I'm using a little bit of olive oil. What you're going to do is lay down a layer of, or layer or 2, depending on how you have this, of the sweet potato, and then on top of that you'll put some of the sliced up apple, like this. I'm using Granny Smith apples because I'm going to try a little bit so the tartness of the apple goes against the sweetness. And then what you're going to do on top of this is put some of the cinnamon, nutmeg, and brown sugar mixture. Okay, once you've got the layers all complete, what we're going to do is we're going to take our crumbly, which I had to use a beater to get it to look like this, and we're going to sprinkle this over the top. One of the things you can add this, if you really want to, is pecans. I don't really wanted to with mine, so I didn't add them. But it is one of the things you can add. So what we're going to do now is get all this onto there. And we are going to put this into a 350 degree oven for about 30 minutes, or until it's lightly browned. So what we'll do is we'll throw this into the oven and we'll see how it comes out. Okay, everybody, so here's what we got. We got our finished product right here. Just came out of the oven, so I'm going to let it cool for a few minutes. I left it in for 30 minutes, a little bit longer because I noticed it had a lot of liquid in it. So what we're going to do is cool it, then let it cut up a piece and try it out and see how this came out. Okay, so here we got a small piece of the casserole. As you can see, the apples are cooked. They are still a little bit crunchy, so you might want to leave it in a little bit longer than 30 minutes. But let's give it a shot. Try a piece of apple first. That is good. Let's try a piece of the sweet potato with a little bit of the... You can definitely taste the brown sugar and the cinnamon and the nutmeg. I think this one came out pretty good. So with that, we'll give it a thumbs up. And you also can taste the butter that was used in the crumble. So with that, it's all done. Okay, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you try out this recipe. You can alter the recipe very easily by adding some pecans to the crust of the casserole. If you do, leave me a comment, and also maybe a video response. I do have another video planned for my next recipe, and it will be a dessert. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment. Thank you for watching, and keep on cooking.